session.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pennsylvania College Basketball Court, or the PCBC for short. This is Season 2, Episode 32 of this wonderful podcast here on Instagram Live. I'm your host, the Honorable Judge Noah, reporting live from Slip Rock, Pennsylvania. On today's episode, we got a lot to cover in today's episode. We're going to be doing a recap of the 7 games that occurred from Saturday, February 22nd. And then we'll be looking at the 7 games that are going to be occurring tomorrow on February 26th. Also, we'll be talking about the Mountain East Conference and the CIAA and overall in terms of where they're at standings-wise. Also, we're going to be talking about the beginning of the CIAA men's basketball tournament that begins today in Baltimore, Maryland. So with that being said, let's take a look and see where we're at. So the CIAA, or the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association, finished its regular season last Saturday. So let's take a look at the standings in terms of where the seeding is wise. Then we'll also talk about there's 2 games going on tonight, 4 games tomorrow, 2 games on Thursday. Then we'll go from there. Then 2 games Friday, and the championship game is on Saturday. So I'll break that down here in a moment. For the Northern Division, the number 1 seed in the North, they were 7-3 in division play, 13-3 in conference play, 18-8 overall, and they're entering this tournament on a 5-game winning streak, is the Virginia State Spartans. 2 seed at 6-4 in division play, 10-6 in conference play, 17-10 overall, and they have won their last 3 games, is Bluefield State. I believe they are called the... It doesn't give me their name. Hold on. I can't remember what Bluefield State. I think they're the Husky. No, they're not the Huskies. Hold on. CIAA, the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Come on, I want the team names, please. There we go. All right. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. Is the Bluefield State University known as the Big Blue? That's their team name. Interesting. You know, their mascot is a dog. 3rd place is the Lincoln, Pennsylvania Lions, who finished 5-5 in division play, 11-5 in conference play, 16-11 overall, and enter this tournament on a 1-game winning streak. In 4th place is Virginia Union. The Panthers come into this tournament. They are 5-5 in division play, 8-8 in conference play, 14-14 overall this year, and enter this tournament on a 1-game losing streak. In 5th place, the quote-unquote host is Bowie. Finished 5th was the Bowie State Bulldogs. They were 5-5 in conference play. 5-5 in division play, 7-9 in conference play, 15-13 overall, and entered this tournament on a 3-game losing streak. And in 6th place is in the North, dead last, was the Elizabeth City State Vikings, who entered. They were 2-8 in division play, 4-12 in conference play, 11-15 overall this year, and entered this tournament on a 3-game losing streak. To the Southern Division, the number 1 team in the South and the number 1 overall seed in the CIAA this season was the Fayetteville State Broncos. They entered this tournament 9-1 in division play, 12-4 in conference play, 21-7 overall this year on a 1-game winning streak. 2nd place is the Claflin Panthers. They finished 8-2 in division play, 11-5 in conference play, 17-9 overall, and entered this tournament on a 5-game winning streak. 3rd place is the team from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Johnson C. Smith Golden Bulls, who in division-wise were 5-5, conference play 8-8, and were 13-11 overall this year, and entered this tournament on a 1-game losing streak. In 4th place in the South, it is Livingstone. They were 3-7 in division play, 4-12 in conference play, 12-15 overall this year on a 3-game losing streak, entering this tournament on a 3-game losing streak. In 5th place is Shaw University. The Bears They were 3-7 in division play, 6-11 in conference play, 11-17 overall this year, entering this tournament on an 8-game losing streak. And then dead last in the South, usually the team that is usually the top of the South every year, is Winston-Salem State Rams. They were 2-8 in division play, 2-14 overall in conference play this year, 5-21 overall on a 2-game winning streak. So who knows? Maybe they'll make it in. So today begins the CIAA men's basketball tournament at the CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. I've actually been near this arena. It's right in the harbor of downtown Baltimore. So the opening round matchups tonight. At 6:40 p.m., which is about less than 3 hours from now, we have the fourth ranked team from the South, which was Livingston, taking on the 5th seed team in the North, Bowie State. At 8:50 p.m., the number 4 seed in the North, Virginia Union, will take on the number 5 seed in the South in Shaw. Then tomorrow, at 10 a.m., 3rd seed in the South, Johnson C. Smith, will take on the 6th seed in the North, Elizabeth City State. At 12:10, it will be the 3rd seed in the North and the defending CIAA tournament champions, the Lincoln, Pennsylvania Lions, hosting the number 6 seed in the South, the Winston-Salem State Rams. At 6:40, the number 1 seed in the North, Virginia State, will face the winner of Livingston and Bowie State. 8:50 p.m. tomorrow, the number 1 seed in the South and the number 1 overall seed in this tournament, Fayetteville State, will host the winner of Virginia Union and Shaw. On Thursday, the 2 seed in the North, Bluefield State, will host the winner of Johnson C. Smith and Elizabeth City State. And at 8 o'clock on Thursday, the 2 seed in the South, Claflin, will face the winner of Lincoln, Pennsylvania, and Winston-Salem State. And then with the opening round matchups, the winner of Virginia State and the winner from the opening round matchup tonight, the winner of that matchup automatically goes to the semifinals on Friday. Same with the winner between Fayetteville State and the winner between Fayetteville, Shaw, and Virginia Union will automatically go to the semifinals. And then the 2 quarterfinals winners on Thursday will face the winners from the 2 opening round matchups of the 1 seeds on Friday. I'll explain more when we do the recapping on these games on Thursday. If time forbidden, may end up getting to the 2 o'clock game on Thursday and doing a recap of that. We will not have enough time to get to the 8 o'clock game between Claflin, whoever wins between Lincoln, PA, and Winston-Salem State. So that's that for now in terms of the playoffs, in terms of their tournament. So good luck to all the 12 teams competing in this tournament. Again, the Lincoln Lions are the defending champions. They won their first CIAA men's basketball tournament since 1948 last year. It was a 76-year wait for them, but they finally got through that. Let's move a little bit up north to the Mountain East Conference. So again, the top 10 teams in this, 10 of the 11 teams will make the men's basketball tournament. I believe the tournament starts next Wednesday for them, followed by quarterfinals. I think it's Friday, semifinals is Saturday, and the final is the championship game is Sunday, March 9th. But I will confirm more on that when we do next week's episode. I think they're going to go through, because I think there's still regular season games going on until Saturday. So, anyways, in first place in the Mountain East Conference, they are 17-2 in conference play, 23-3 overall this year, on an 11-game winning streak, and they are currently ranked as the number 6 team, the 6th best team in Division II basketball. No surprise, it is the West Liberty Hilltoppers. In second place in the Mountain East Conference, they are ranked number 13 this week in the Division II rankings. 15-3 in conference play, 22-4 overall on a 2-game winning streak. It is the Fairmont State Falcons. Third place is the Concord Lions. They are 16-8 overall this year, 13-5 in conference play on a 1-game losing streak. Fourth place is University of Charleston Golden Eagles. They are 12-6 in conference play, 16-9 overall this year, and they've won their last 5 games. In fifth place is the West Virginia State Yellow Jackets. They're 10-8 in conference play, 14-11 overall this year on a 4-game winning streak. Sixth place is the Glenville State Pioneers. They are 9-9 in conference play, 15-11 overall this year on a one-game winning streak. In seventh place is Frostburg State. The Bobcats are 12-14 overall. They're 12-14 this year, 8-10 in conference play on a three-game winning streak. Eighth place is the Wheeling Cardinals. They are 5-13 in conference play, 10-16 overall this year on a four-game losing streak. Ninth place is the Senators of Davis and Elkins. They are 5-13 in conference play, 9-17 overall this year on a six-game losing streak. The newcomers from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Point Park University is 10th and holding that last spot in the Mountain East Conference tournament as of right now. Looks like they're going to be the final team that makes the cut. Point Park, the Pioneers, they are 4-15 in conference play, 10-16 overall this year on an 8-game losing streak. And then dead last is West Virginia Wesleyan, the Bobcats. Also, they're 2-16 in conference play, 5-20 overall this year on a 6-game losing streak. So as right now, the only team that would not be making the tournament yet again would be West Virginia Wesleyan. Now we finally get to the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. I want to say complex. It's conference. Really no changes in terms of this. Going to the East, in first place at 16-3 in conference play, 21-5 overall this year on a 2-game winning streak, is the Westchester Golden Rams. In second place is East Stroudsburg. They're 14-5 in conference play, 20-6 overall this year on a 1-game winning streak, in which they won on Saturday at Mansfield. In third place is Millersville. They're 13-6 in conference play, 17-9 overall this year on a 4-game winning streak. Fourth place is Shepherd. They're 12-7 in conference play, 16-10 overall this year on a 1-game losing streak, in which they lost at Kutztown on Saturday. Fifth place is Lock Haven. They're 10-9 in conference play, 13-12 overall this year on a 1-game losing streak, which they lost to Millersville on Saturday. In sixth place, holding that final spot in the East, is Shippensburg. They're 6-13 in conference play, 9-17 overall this year on a 1-game winning streak, which they won their previous matchup. That was against, I want to say it was Millersville. I don't know why I didn't keep my cards from the last time. Shippensburg's last matchup, they won against Kutztown. Okay, that's right. They won their matchup against Kutztown, which was last Wednesday. In seventh place, outside the playoff picture, is the Mansfield Mountaineers. They're 5-15 in conference play, 8-18 overall this year on a 3-game losing streak. In eighth place is Bloomsburg. They're 5-15 in conference play, 6-21 overall this year on a 2-game losing streak. And we'll go from there. In ninth place is Kutztown Golden Bears. They're 4-15 in conference play, 8-18 overall on a 1-game winning streak, which they won on Saturday against Shepherd. However, this is the saddest news I have to announce, unfortunately. We have had two teams, unfortunately, be eliminated from playoff contention. We will talk about the second team here in a minute. Well, here's a fun fact for you. You know what Bears do in the fall? They're still very active. In terms of this, Kutztown is a very good football program, so they stay active. However, when Bears go into the winter, they hibernate, and they like to have a nice long nap until the spring begins. Very similar to what the Kutztown Golden Bears basketball team does every single winter. They like to hibernate like real bears and fall asleep. Congratulations, Kutztown. You are the first of two teams that have officially been eliminated from playoff contention.
Miss.
All right, going to the West. In first place, securing the number 1 seed still, the Gannon Golden Knights. They are 16-3 in conference play, 21-6 overall this year on a 5-game winning streak. In second place is California. They are 11-7 in conference play, 16-10 overall this year on a 6-game winning streak. Third place is Edinburgh. They are also 11-7 in conference play, 15-10 overall this year on a 3-game winning streak. Fourth place, automatically securing the number 4 seed, will be Slippery Rock University. They are 10-9 in conference play, 14-13 overall this year on a 3-game winning streak. So whoever they will face at the 5 seed, they will automatically host a first-round matchup. The top 4 seeds have officially secured home matchups in the PSAC West. The 2 and 3 seeds come down to California and Edinburgh. If California wins tomorrow and Edinburgh loses tomorrow, California would secure the first-round bye. If Edinburgh wins and California loses, Edinburgh moves into the 2 seed, but would have to win on Saturday to do so. Easier said than done. In 5th place is Seton Hill. They're 7-11 in conference play, 14-12 overall this year on a 2-game losing streak. 6th place, holding on by a thread still, is IUP. They're 7-11 in conference play, 12-14 overall this year, and on a 1-game losing streak in which they lost on Saturday to Slippery Rock. In 7th place is Pitt Johnstown. They are 7-12 in conference play, 11-15 overall this year on a 3-game losing streak. And in dead last, it is the Clarion Golden Eagles. They're 6-13 in conference play, 11-14 overall on a 4-game losing streak. They have 1 game left on Friday against IUP. Also, bad news for Clarion. You know what happens at least once every year since 2016? Your birthday, taxes, and the Clarion Golden Eagles not making the PSAC men's basketball tournament. Congratulations, Clarion. Even though you are the alumni of my beloved girlfriend, you unfortunately still suck at basketball. Hey, remember when you were 7-1 this year to start the year off, and ever since Thanksgiving break, you guys have only won 4 out of 16 games? Good job, guys. You are officially eliminated from playoff contention.
Miss.
What a bummer. So now we only have potentially, we have 3 seeds remaining of the 12 teams. 5 seeds have been secured in the north, or not in the north. 5 seeds have been secured in the east. 4 have been secured in the west. Only 2 spots remain for the PSAC West, and 3 teams are still in the race. Seton Hill, IUP, and Pitt Johnstown. Only decided by half a game. In the East, it's pretty much going to come down to Shippensburg, Mansfield, and Bloomsburg. If Shippensburg were to lose tomorrow, and Mansfield, which they do not play tomorrow, if all Mansfield essentially has to do is hope Shippensburg loses tomorrow, and they'll be good to go. However, if Shippensburg wins tomorrow, then Mansfield and Bloomsburg will both be eliminated from playoff contention, and Shippensburg will be your last team in the East. Mansfield needs Shippensburg to lose on tomorrow at Shepherd, because if Mansfield would win on Saturday, and if Shippensburg is 6-14 and Mansfield would be 5-15 on Saturday, all Mansfield needs to do is win, and they're back in the playoffs, and Shippensburg would be the ones who'd be kicking themselves out of the playoffs again for the 2nd straight year. So we will see what happens, barring tomorrow's games. Speaking of which, let's get to the recap of those games. All right, here we go. So now we're going to move our transition to the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Before we do that, actually, let's talk about the athletes of the week. I almost completely botched this again. So the PSAC East Division, the athlete of the week was Drew Stover of Millersville, forward and senior from Moreland, Pennsylvania. He led Millersville to a 2-0 week, going 21 of 24 from the floor, averaging 24 points, 7.5 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 assists, and 2.5 steals per game. In Saturday's win against Lockhaven, he made 15 of 16 shots for a career high of 32 points, while also grabbing 9 rebounds. He made 6 of 8 shots for 14 points, swatted 5 shots, and handed 4 assists in the win last week against Bloomsburg. The East Defensive Player of the Week goes to Dizelle Figueroa from Shippensburg. He's a forward and junior from New York, New York. Figueroa filled up the stat sheet in Shippensburg's win over Kutztown February 19th on the road in a 6-point win. The junior had a career-high night on the glass, having 15 rebounds, with 6 of them were offensive, and he recorded 3 blocks and a pair of steals. He aided Raider defense that held Golden Bears to 8 of 32 from the floor in the second half, or 25%. Figueroa also chipped in with 9 points on the offensive end. The outing marked the third time in 4 games in which he's had 3 or more blocked shots. It's a clean sweep in the PSAC West Division as 2 SRU players got the Athletes and Defensive Player of the Week. The Athlete of the Week goes to Jomo Goings, the shooting guard redshirt junior from Washington, D.C., from Slippery Rock University. Jomo Goings led SRU to a 2-0 record last week, securing a playoff spot in the PSAC tournament in a home game in the first round of the conference tournament via wins over Clarion and IUP. In the 2 games, he averaged 19.5 points, 9 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 1 steal per game, while shooting nearly 46% from the field, 87.5% from the free throw line, and recording an 18.12 rebound double-double against Clarion. He then went off for 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal in Slippery Rock's win over Indiana, which secured them their first victory in Indiana since 1992. The Defensive Player of the Week goes to Michael Moore from Slippery Rock. He's a forward and junior from Hickory, the Hickory area school district, Hermitage, Pennsylvania, to be more exact. Michael Moore was a force on the inside as he blocked 6 shots over 2 games while averaging 7 rebounds per contest. Moore was consistent throughout the week with 3 blocks, 5 rebounds, and 4 points against Clarion, as well as 3 blocks, 9 rebounds, and 4 points in Slippery Rock's win against IUP, again the first since 1992. So congratulations to all 4 of those athletes, as we still only have 1 more Athlete of the Week left to go here in the regular season. All right, so now with that out of the way, we finally get to the recapping. I know this took a very decent amount of time, 20 minutes, but we're going to get through the recapping now of the matchups that occurred from Saturday. All right, here we go. So game number 1, we go to Lock Haven and Millersville at the Pasilla Gymnasium in Millersville, Pennsylvania. The second battle of the Ali brothers. Idris won the first one. Could you repeat it? In the first half, Millersville outscored Lock Haven 51-29. In the second half, Lock Haven outscored Millersville 37-35. Millersville winning by a score of 86-66. Millersville improving to 17-9 on the season and 13-6 in conference play. Lock Haven drops to 13-12 and 10-9 in conference play. The top scorer for Lock Haven was Kevin Coleman, who in 25 minutes was 9 of 13 from the floor and recorded 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 1 steal for 18 points. Eli Washington in 26 minutes was 6 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 2 from three-point range, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, had 2 steals for a total of 17 points. Isaiah Stewart in 27 minutes was 4 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 2 from three-point range, recording 2 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals for 10 points. In the first half, Lock Haven shot 42.9% from the floor, 28.6% from three-point range, 75% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 43.3% from the floor, 50% from three-point range, 70% from the free throw line. Overall, the Bald Eagles of Commonwealth University of Lock Haven shot 25 of 58 from the floor at 43.1%, 6 of 15 from three-point range at 40%, and 10 of 14 from the free throw line at 71.4%, with 2 technical fouls being assessed to Lock Haven, 1 to the Bald Eagles themselves, and 1 to the Boogie Cousins, we'll say, of the PSAC in Kevin Coleman. For Millersville, their top scorer was the PSAC East Athlete of the Week, Drew Stover. In 33 minutes, he was 15 of 16 from the floor and 2 of 6 from the free throw line. He had 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and 2 steals for 32 points. Aiden Gare and Jamie Ested both having 11 points each. Gare in 32 minutes was 3 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 6 from three-point range, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal for 11 points. Ested in 20 minutes was 3 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 1 from three-point range, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal for 11 points. Amir Hurst and Siraj Ali both recorded 10 points each. Hurst in 35 minutes was 3 of 13 from the floor, 2 of 10 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal for 10 points. Ali in 29 minutes was 4 of 11 from the floor, 0 of 2 from three-point range, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals for 10 points. In the first half, Millersville shot 57.1% from the floor, 23.1% from three-point range, 88.9% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 46.2% from the floor, 25% from three-point range, 56.3% from the free throw line. Overall, the Marauders of Millersville shot 32 of 61 from the floor at 52.5%, 5 of 21 from three-point range at 23.8%, and 17 of 25 from the free throw line at 68%. Game 2 of 7 takes us to Mansfield at the Decker Gymnasium, as East Stroudsburg took on the Mansfield Mountaineers. In the first half, East Stroudsburg outscored Mansfield 48-34. In the second half, Mansfield outscored East Stroudsburg 39-38. East Stroudsburg winning 86-73. East Stroudsburg improving to 20-6 on the season and 14-5 in conference play. Mansfield dropping to 8-18 on the season and 5-15 in conference play. The top scorer for East Stroudsburg was Evan Morton, who in 24 minutes off the bench was 6 of 12 from the floor, 4 of 7 from three-point range, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals for 20 points. Nasir Griffin and Lakeem McKaylee both recorded 12 points. Griffin, off the bench, in 18 minutes was 5 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 4 from three-point range, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal for 12 points. McKaylee, in 17 minutes starting, was 5 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 2 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 1 steal for 12 points. Jalen Picardo, in 31 minutes as a starter, was 4 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 1 from three-point range, 2 of 5 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for 11 points. In the first half, East Stroudsburg shot 48.6% from the floor, 58.9% from three-point range, 100% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 50% from the floor, 30.8% from three-point range, 46.2% from the free throw line. Overall, the Warriors of East Stroudsburg shot 31 of 63 from the floor at 49.2%, 14 of 30 from three-point range at 46.7%, and 10 of 17 from the free throw line at 58.8%, with 1 technical foul being assessed to Lakeem McKaylee. For Mansfield, 2 scorers with the top 2 score players each recorded 16 points. Diramed Stewart and Ty Krepso. Stewart, in 36 minutes, was 5 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 4 from three-point range, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal for 16 points. Krepso, in 30 minutes, was 6 of 11 from the floor, 3 of 6 from three-point range, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals for 16 points. Nasir Brown, off the bench in 16 minutes, was 4 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 5 from three-point range, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 block, 0 steals for 12 points. Leighton Freed, in 24 minutes off the bench, was 4 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 3 from three-point range, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals for 10 points. In the first half, Mansfield shot 42.9% from the floor, 35.7% from three-point range, 62.5% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 48.2% from the floor, 46.7% from three-point range, 50% from the free throw line. Overall, the Mountaineers of Commonwealth University at Mansfield shot 25 of 55 from the floor at 45.5%, 12 of 29 from three-point range at 41.4%, and 11 of 20 from the free throw line at 55%, with 1 technical foul being assessed to Dymere Stewart. Game 3 of 7 takes us to the Keystone Arena in Kutztown, Pennsylvania, for the matchup between Shepherd and Kutztown. Upset of the weekend. In the first half, Shepherd outscored Kutztown 32-29. In the second half, Kutztown outscored Shepherd 42-33. The Golden Bears securing the win to win 71-65 over Shepherd. However, eliminating them, they unfortunately were eliminated from playoff contention. But Kutztown improves to 8-18 on the season and 4-15 in conference play. Shepherd drops to 16-10 and 12-7 in conference play. The top scorer for Shepherd was Chase Parr in 33 minutes. He was 8 of 13 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks for 17 points. How did he have 6 personal fouls? I thought he only could have 5, unless he got a technical. That makes sense. That's why he got That's why he's 6 pounds. Carson Poffenberger in 30 minutes was 5 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 4 from 3-point range, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 1 assist for 14 points. Marcus Banks, plural, and Brody Davis, both recording 10 points. Banks in 35 minutes was 4 of 10 from the floor, 0 of 2 from 3-point range, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block for 10 points. Oh, I'm sorry, that was not the right one. 4 of 6. That was Brody Davis, sorry. He was 4 of 6, 2 of 4, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block for 10 points. Banks in 35 minutes was 4 of 10 from the floor, 0 of 2 from 3-point range, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 7 assists for 10 points. Wow, I was way off on that one. Whoops. In the first half, Shepherd shot 53.9% from the floor, 33.3% from 3-point range, 50% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 50% from the floor, 50% from 3-point range, 70% from the free throw line. Overall, the Rams with Shepherd shot 26 of 50 from the floor at 52%, 5 of 13 from 3-point range at 38.5%, and 8 of 12 from the free throw line at 66.7%, with 1 technical foul being assessed to Chase Parr. That explains why he got 6 fouls. For Kutztown, their top scorer was Jalen Bryan, who in 33 minutes was 3 of 9 from the floor, 0 of 1 from 3-point range, 13 of 13 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for 19 points. Amir Cunningham, in 34 minutes, was 5 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 4 from 3-point range, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 blocks for 14 points. Yamir Satterfield off the bench in 21 minutes had a perfect shooting day. He was 4 of 4 from the floor and 3 of 3 from 3-point range, had 2 rebounds for 11 points. And Jana McGee off the bench in 27 minutes was 3 of 12 from the floor, 0 of 2 from 3-point range, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal for 10 points. In the first half, Kutztown shot 32.3% from the floor, 23.5% from 3-point range, and 100% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 45.8% from the floor, 25% from 3-point range, 100% from the free throw line. Overall, the Golden Bears of Kutztown shot 21 of 55 from the floor at 38.2%, 6 of 25 from 3-point range at 24%, and an incredible 23 of 23 from the free throw line at a perfect 100%. Very impressive numbers. Putting up 23 out of 23 free throw attempts. I don't think I've seen that before. At least not that many free throw attempts. Making it like that. Game 4 of 7 takes us to Pitt Johnstown at the UPJ Sports Center. Gannon and Pitt Johnstown. This was a key game, and I'll explain why here in a moment. In the first half, Pitt Johnstown outscored Gannon 35-33. In the second half, Gannon outscored Pitt Johnstown 53-36. Final score was 86-71. Gannon improves to 21-6 and 16-3 in conference play. Pitt Johnstown drops to 11-15 on the season and 7-12 in conference play. Still half a game out of the playoff picture in the PSAC West. The top scorer for Gannon was the freshman, who I'm hoping will not win Freshman of the Year, Pace Prosser. In 31 minutes, he was 5 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 5 from 3-point range, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals for 17 points. Justin the Buck in 29 minutes was 7 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 4 from 3-point range, 1 rebound, 3 assists, and 3 steals for 16 points. Oh, I do apologize. Their top scorer actually was Mason Kemp, not Pace Prosser. Kemp in 21 minutes off the bench, he was 7 of 8 from the floor and 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and 2 steals for 18 points. So Prosser was number 2 on that list at 17. Followed by DeBuck was 3rd with 16. Tasman Goodrick in 19 minutes was 2 of 9 from the floor and 6 of 9 from the free throw line. 7 rebounds for a total of 10 points. In the first half, Gannon shot 35.7% from the floor, 12.5% from 3-point range, and 75% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 58.1% from the floor, 44.4% from 3-point range, 92.9% from the free throw line. Overall, the Gold Knights of Gannon shot 28 of 59 from the floor at 47.5%, 5 of 17 from 3-point range at 29.4%. and 25 of 30 from the free throw line at 83.3%. The top scorer for Pitt Johnstown was Baden Forup, who in 24 minutes was 6 of 9 from the floor and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 8 rebounds, 3 steals for 17 points. Jay Rose off the bench in 22 minutes was 5 of 12 from the floor, 1 of 4 from three-point range, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, recording 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals for 15 points. Ryan Smith in 25 minutes was 4 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 3 from three-point range, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal for 12 points. And Adam Belinsky off the bench in 27 minutes was 3 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 3 from three-point range, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal for 11 points. In the first half, Pitt Johnstown shot 48.3% from the floor, 28.6% from three-point range, and 62.5% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 36% from the floor, 11.1% from three-point range, 77.3% from the free throw line. Overall, the Mountain Cats of Pitt Johnstown shot 23 of 54 from the floor at 42.6%, 3 of 16 from three-point range at 18.8%, and 22 of 30 from the free throw line at 73.3%, with 1 technical foul being assessed to Pitt Johnstown as a whole. Game 5 of 7 takes us to the Nelson Fieldhouse for the senior day game between Westchester and Bloomsburg. In the first half, Westchester outscored Bloomsburg 45-31. In the second half, Bloomsburg outscored Westchester 43-41. The final score of this game was 86-74 in favor of Westchester. The Golden Rams are now 21-5 on the season and 16-3 in conference play. Bloomsburg is 6-21 and 5-15 in conference play this year. The top scorer for Westchester was Elijah Allen, who in 33 minutes was 7 of 16 from the floor, 2 of 7 from three-point range, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal for 21 points. Joshua Walker and Salim Payne both recording 14 points each. Walker, as a starter in 19 minutes, was 4 of 6 from the floor, 6 of 7 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 1 block for 14 points. Payne, off the bench in 22 minutes, was 6 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 2 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist for 14 points. Devontae Dennis in 29 minutes was 5 of 11 from the floor, 2 of 3 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and 1 steal for 13 points. And Dylan Blair in 28 minutes was 2 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 3 from three-point range, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for 12 points. In the first half, Westchester shot 58.6% from the floor, 66.7% from three-point range, and 62.5% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 36.7% from the floor, 25% from three-point range, 89.5% from the free throw line. Overall, the Golden Rams of Westchester shot 28 of 59 from the floor at 47.5%, 8 of 17 from three-point range at 47.1%, and 22 of 27 from the free throw line at 81.5%. For Bloomsburg, their top scorer, who was a senior, Matt Bengal, in 36 minutes was 11 of 17 from the floor, 3 of 3 from three-point range, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal for 25 points. George Sabatini in 24 minutes off the bench was 5 of 7 from the floor, 0 of 1 from three-point range, and 5 of 7 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds and 3 assists for 15 points. Tony Henderson, another senior, 31 minutes was 4 of 9 from the floor, 0 of 2 from three-point range, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and 3 steals for 12 points. Danny Bruce in 24 minutes was 3 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 4 from three-point range, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 1 block, and 1 steal for 10 points. In the first half, Bloomsburg shot 40.7% from the floor, 18.2% from three-point range, 70% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 51.9% from the floor, 37.5% from three-point range, 100% from the free throw line. Overall, the Huskies of Commonwealth University of Bloomsburg shot 25 of 54 from the floor at 46.3%, 5 of 19 from three-point range at 26.3%, and 19 of 22 from the free throw line at 86.4%. The penultimate game from Saturday takes us to the Macomb Fieldhouse in Edinboro, Pennsylvania, between Seton Hill and Edinboro. In the first half, Seton Hill outscored Edinboro 26-23. In the second half, Edinboro outscored Seton Hill 50-46 for Edinboro to win 73-72 on Senior Day for the Fighting Scots. Edinboro improving to 15-10 on the season and 11-7 in conference play, while Seton Hill drops to 14-12 on the season and 7-11 in conference play. The top scorer for Seton Hill was Ryan Mice, who in 37 minutes was 12 of 19 from the floor, 6 of 11 from three-point range, and 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals for 31 points. Kendrick Curtis in 32 minutes was 6 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 3 from three-point range, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals for 19 points. In the first half, Seton Hill shot 47.8% from the floor, 14.3% from three-point range, and 100% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 55.2% from the floor, 66.7% from three-point range, 85.7% from the free throw line. Overall, the Griffins of Seton Hill shot 27 of 52 from the floor at 51.9%, 9 of 19 from three-point range at 47.4%, and 9 of 10 from the free throw line at 90%. For Edinboro, their top scorer was senior Michael Dunn, who in 26 minutes was 6 of 9 from the floor, 6 of 9 from three-point range, 1 rebound for a total of 18 points. Senior Dante Wilcott in 19 minutes was 5 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 3 from three-point range, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 1 rebound and 2 steals for 16 points. Also a senior, Ryan Ladgovic, played all 40 minutes and was 6 of 15 from the floor, 1 of 4 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block, and 4 steals for 14 points. Sinker Everett in 36 minutes off the bench was 5 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, recording a double-double with 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block for 13 points. And senior Steve Kelly, 31 minutes, was 3 of 11 from the floor, 1 of 5 from three-point range, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for 10 points. In the first half, Edinboro shot 32.1% from the floor, 31.3% from three-point range, 0% from the free throw line because they took 0 free throw attempts. In the second half, they shot 50% from the floor, 41.7% from three-point range, and 81.3% from the free throw line. Overall, the Fighting Scots of Penn West Edinboro shot 25 of 60 from the floor at 41.7%, 10 of 28 from three-point range at 35.7%, and 13 of 16 from the free throw line at 81.3%. And the final game of Saturday, a game I really do not want to talk about because I have zero empathy. I have zero empathy for IUP after this performance. I love you too, but I have zero empathy for IUP after this embarrassing loss at home. Let's talk about the game between SRU and IUP. This is going to hurt. Not only because I have to talk about it from an IUP fundamental standpoint, but because my alumni won their first freaking game in Indiana in 33 years. Congrats to SRU, man. Go Rock! But anyways, in the first half, SRU outscored IUP 43-37. Let's pause here for just a moment, because at halftime, the 2014-15 IUP Crimson Hawks were mentioned. It's now been 10 years since IUP last made their the national championship game for Division II. There were a lot of players that returned from that 2014-15 squad. This team went 31-7 in 2014-15, made it to their second ever national championship game. I actually remember watching IUP that tournament run, because their Final Four, I think their Elite 8 and Final Four games were on CBS Network, Sports Network, so I was able to watch both of the games, but I didn't have enough time to watch the national championship game, unfortunately. Unfortunately, though, they were not going to beat Florida Southern. Florida Southern was like the best team of that year. That team was dominant. They were 35-1. They ended up going 36-1 and winning the national championship. But IUP, this was a terrific year for them. Their second ever appearance in the national championship game. Players that returned for this Alumni Appreciation Day was number 1, Cornell Yard II. I'm going to do my best to do the announcement pronunciation on these. 3 was Devontae Chance. 5, Anthony Rocco. 10, Tevin. Pete. Shish it. 10, Tevin Hanner. 11, Jeremy Jeffers. 21, Devin Contrell. 23, Brandon Norfleet. And 44, the most popular player of the IUP bunch, Daddy Ubede. They all returned, so very awesome to see them return to the Kovalchik once again as alumni for the program, for a team that was, an incredible team that has been talked about even to today. So congrats to all of them and a big welcome back home to Indiana for coming last Saturday against them. Back to the second half score. In the second half, SRU outscored IUP 35-34. Slippery Rock winning its first game in Indiana since 1992, which, by the way, was my mother's first year at IUP in her sophomore year of college. So yes, we have now seen SRU beat IUP in Indiana in the 21st century, in my lifetime. And this was their first ever win at the Kovalchik Convention Athletic Complex, too. Congrats to SRU on that. With that being said, let's talk about the final score, which was 78-71, SRU winning. SRU improves to 14-13 on the season and 10-9 in conference play. IUP drops 12-14 and 7-11 in conference play, which, congratulations, by the way, is their first losing season in conference play since 2008. So another historic L for the Crimson Hawks this year, which really, I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. It's tough, but fair. For Slippery Rock, their top scorer was Jomo Goings, who I had just mentioned was the PSEC West Athlete of the Week, and played all 40 minutes. He was 6 of 13 from the floor, 2 of 5 from three-point range, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal for 21 points. Day Waters in 32 minutes was 9 of 16 from the floor, 0 of 1 from three-point range, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, and 1 steal for 20 points. And my main man, Ike Herster. Ike Herster in 31 minutes was 5 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 3 from three-point range, 5 of 7 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist for 17 points. And they played this game again without Maseo Austin. Unbelievable. What a failure this is. In the first half, Slippery Rock shot 63% from the floor, 57.1% from three-point range, 71.4% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 50% from the floor, 33.3% from three-point range, and 69.2% from the free throw line. Overall, the Rock of SRU shot 29 of 51 from the floor at 56.9%, 6 of 13 from three-point range at 46.2%, and 14 of 20 from the free throw line at 70%. The top scorer for IUP was Christian Moore, who in 34 minutes was 9 of 20 from the floor, 3 of 10 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal for 22 points. Kamani Marrero in 36 minutes was 8 of 17 from the floor, 0 of 5 from three-point range, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 5 assists, 0 rebounds, and 2 steals for 17 points. And Tyler Grove in 27 minutes was 6 of 11 from the floor, 3 of 7 from three-point range, 3 rebounds for a total of 15 points. Now we get to the other remaining players. We'll start with the starters and then go with the bench players. Starters, Demir Brooks. Yeah, the less said, the better about him in this performance. On 25 minutes was only 1 of 3 from the floor. He did, however, have 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 blocks, and 1 steal for only 2 points. So the rebounds, blocks were good. Points, not so much. Sarp Furtune in 23 minutes was 0 of 3 from the floor and 0 of 3 from three-point range. He did, however, have 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block with 1 steal, but unfortunately had 0 points. He was the only player for IUP that had no points. Bench players. Luke Triggs, in 13 minutes off the bench, was 3 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 1 from three-point range, and 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds for a total of 8 points. Ian Herring in 30 minutes was 1 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 3 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal for 5 points. And Alfonso Pickens Jr. in 12 minutes off the bench was 1 of 2 from the floor, 0 of 1 from three-point range, 1 rebound, 1 assist for 2 points. In the first half, IUP shot 46.9% from the floor, 31.3% from three-point range, 100% from the free throw line. In the second half, they shot 41.2% from the floor, 21.4% from three-point range, 60% from the free throw line. Overall, the Crimson Hawks of IUP shot 29 of 66 from the floor at 43.9%, 8 of 30 from three-point range at 26.7%, and 5 of 7 from the free throw line at 71.4%. Congrats to, or should I say not congratulations to Joe Lombardi for unfortunately having his first ever loss against SRU at case as the head coach of the Crimson Hawks since 2006. Hard to believe that. So that was the overall weekend. I ended up going 5 out of 7, which wasn't too bad. Games I got correct. Gannon at Pitt Johnstown. Definitely needed that one. Millersville against Lock Haven. Edinburgh against Seton Hill. Barely. East Stroudsburg over Mansfield. And Westchester over Williamsburg. The 2 games I got incorrect. This one I was kind of surprised. Shepherd losing to Kutztown. Didn't see that coming. And then, of course, IUP. I almost picked SRU, but I was like, you know what? Maybe they have a chance. No, that didn't work. So I lost that one as well. Only 14 games left to pick for the regular season. And then I'm done with my picks and predictions for this year. Now, the tournament games will not count towards my picks and predictions. So that's a good thing. I've got 181 out of 268 games. 181 out of 278 games correct. 65.1%. So we're back in the 65% range. Good. Can I hold it for another 14 games? That's the question. We have 7 games tomorrow, then 7 games on into the weekend. 6 on 1 game on Friday. A game I end up actually planning on going to with my beloved girlfriend. We are planning to have our wonderful journey to her good old alma mater, Clarion, on Friday night, and then 6 games on Saturday. So we'll go with that. So, 181 out of 278 games, only 14 left to go in the regular season. So let's talk about the matchups. Let's talk about the matchups tomorrow. So Slippery Rock and Edinburgh. All games are at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, what's kind of funny is, I know it's kind of stupid, but I was laughing so hard because it's still on there. Look what that says. They're playing in Edinburgh, PS, instead of Edinburgh, PA. I know it's probably another letter. Whoa. What just happened? Oh, there we go. But it was kind of funny. Just saying it was Edinburgh, PS instead of Edinburgh, PA. That's funny. But anyways, that game's at 7:30 tomorrow. Slippery Rock is 14-13. This is SRE's last game of the regular season. Edinburgh is 15-10. Shippensburg and Shepherd. Shippensburg is 9-17. Shippensburg is 16-10. If Shippensburg wins tomorrow, they clinch the 6th seed in the East. It would knock both Bloomsburg and Mansfield out of playoff contention. Next game, Millersville and Westchester. Millersville is 17-9. Westchester is 21-5. If Westchester wins tomorrow, they will secure the 1 seed in PSAC East, meaning that East Stroudsburg most likely secures the 2 seed. The only way East Stroudsburg would clinch the number 1 seed in the East is if Westchester loses its final 2 games. And East Stroudsburg wins its final 2 games. Next game. This is a huge matchup I will be talking about. This is probably the biggest game on the schedule if you're an IUP fan, because besides this game between IUP and Cal, which we'll talk about here in a moment, is Pitt Johnstown at Seton Hill. If Pitt Johnstown loses, that is going to help IUP for tomorrow and for Friday's matchup at Clarion. Pitt Johnstown is 11-15. Seton Hill is 14-12. This is the return for Pitt Johnstown. It is the return of Sean Dillon, where it all started in Seton Hill in Greensburg. So he will be playing his former team in Greensburg for tomorrow's matchup. Next game, Bloomsburg and Lock Haven. Bloomsburg is 6-21. A loss would knock them out of playoff contention. Bloomsburg, again, 6-21. Lock Haven's 13-12. Kutztown and East Stroudsburg, already eliminated from playoff contention is Kutztown. East Stroudsburg, again, would have to hope that Westchester loses and East Stroudsburg wins its final 2 games to clinch the number 1 seed. If Westchester wins any of its final 2 games, then East Stroudsburg most likely secures the 2 seed. The East Stroudsburg is, Kutztown 8-18, East Stroudsburg's 20-6. Now let's talk about the game between IUP and California. All right, let's buckle in for this one. So tomorrow, February 26, 2025. This is the 2,301st all-time game for the Crimson Hawks. They are 1,508 and 792, 65.6% winning percentage. IUP comes into this matchup 12-14 overall and 7-11 in conference play, 6 in the PSAC West, coming off a 7-point loss at home to Slippery Rock. California comes in this matchup 16-10 in conference play, 11-7 overall, or 11-7 in conference play, second in the West. All Cal would need to do is win and hope Edinburgh loses to Slippery Rock to secure the 2 seed. They're coming off a 12-point win last Wednesday at home against Pitt Johnstown. This is a 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time game at the KCAC in Indiana, Pennsylvania. This is the last game for IUP at home for the entirety of the 2024-25 season. So after this, their next home game won't be their next home game at the KCAC will not be until November of next season of the 2025-26 regular season. Let's go to the map for this. Not too bad of a drive for California. Go straight up Pennsylvania 43 Turnpike. Go east on I-70, heading up towards US 119, going through Greensburg. Going all the way up to US 119, hit the US 22 corridor, which connects with 119, which 119 connects. Head up north for about 20 to 30 minutes north, until you hit good old Indiana and the home of the Cavalcci Convention Athletic Complex and the home of the IUP Crimson Hawks. Let's talk the facts of this being the 202nd all-time meeting between these two programs. They're 120. IUP leads the series 126-75, although California has won the last 3 overall matchups. The travel distance from the convention center or the convocation center in California, Pennsylvania to the KCAC, I forgot to mention, 71.6 miles or about 115.2 kilometers, about a 1 hour and 19-minute drive. The last time these two teams met was, if we go by tomorrow, 28 days since their last matchup. California won 78-74 on January 29th. Now let's look at the 7 key elements of my fundamentals of basketball. Offensively, IUP is still number 13th out of 17 teams in the conference at 73 points per game. Cal is number 3 in the conference at 84.7 points per game, so the advantage goes to California. Defensively, IUP is 4th at 72.3 points per game allowed. California is 13th at 79.6 points per game allowed. Advantage goes to Indiana. Field goal percentage, IUP is 9th at 44.6%. California is 43.9%. They are 12th in the conference. Advantage goes to Indiana. 3-point field goal percentage, IUP is in 9th at 32.9% from 3-point range. California is tied with Clarion for 6th in the conference at 34.4%. So the advantage goes to California. Free throw percentage, IUP is 12th in the conference at 70.2% from the free throw line. California is the number 1 team in the conference from the shooting from the free throw line at just under 80%, 79.7% to be precise. So the advantage goes to California. Rebounding, IUP is 10th at 36.6 rebounds per game. California is number 3 on the list in the conference at 40 rebounds per game. Advantage goes to California. Assist to turnover ratio, these two teams are in the top 4. IUP is 4th at 1.10 assists per turnover. California is number 1 in the conference at 1.33 assists per turnover. So the advantage goes to California. If we go by the 7 key elements of my fundamentals of basketball, California is heavily favored in this matchup, earning 5 of the 7 key elements. Top 3 scorers. We actually officially, for the first time in 26 games, have a new person in 3rd place in scoring for the Crimson Hawks. Who is it? We'll find out. The top scorer 2, however, for IUP have not changed since day 1. The top scorer for IUP is Christian Moore. He's averaging 17.3 points and 4.4 rebounds per game, shooting 40.8% from the floor and 35.9% from three-point range. The second highest scoring player for IUP is Kamani Marrero, averaging 14.5 points, 3.8 rebounds per game, shooting 45.5% from the floor and 31.9% from three-point range, as we officially hit the hour mark. The third highest scoring player for the Crimson Hawks is no longer Demir Brooks. It is freshman Tyler Grove, averaging 11.3 points and 4.3 rebounds per game. He's shooting 42.1% from the floor and 30.8% from three-point range. He is actually performing better in his freshman season than Ethan Porterfield did. And mind you, Ethan Porterfield was the freshman of the year in 2019-20. So imagine those numbers being better than Ethan Porterfield, who only became the second highest scoring player in program history for that matter. But that's besides the point. For the California Vulcans, no changes since Keith Palak III and Bryson Lucas have still not returned for the Vulcans. I don't think they're coming back at any point in time soon. The top scorer, no surprise, and this guy I have is my favorite for the PSAC West Athlete of the Year, is Don Whitehead Jr. from Hermitage, Pennsylvania, the Hickory Hornet, averaging 19.9 points, 2.2 rebounds per game, shooting 43.5% from the floor and 39.8% from three-point range. Second highest scoring player for California is Cam Polak, averaging 18.3 points, 4.8 rebounds per game, shooting 40.8% from the floor and 35.6% from three-point range. Third highest scoring player is freshman Jordan Buchanan, averaging 10.5 points, 4.8 rebounds per game, shooting 45.2% from the floor and 36.7% from three-point range. CAL, 3 keys of the game. Number 1, can't let DW and CP have fun. If you're wondering what those initials are, I'm glad you asked. DW stands for Donald Whitehead, and CP stands for Cam Polak, not Cedar Point. Do not let these two have fun tomorrow. They completely did well. They did pretty well against IUP in the first matchup, so IUP has to limit the amount of times these two have the ball in their hands. Number 2, and this kind of stimmers from the game against Slippery Rock. Absolutely zero excuses. I wrote tonight, but you get the point. We need the effort for all 40 minutes, not half, not 39:59, not 1 second. 40 freaking minutes. From the start to the end, they have to play. They need the full effort. They cannot just sit back and be pity against California. The Vulcans will destroy them in about good old 5 minutes. So hopefully IUP is ready for that. Hopefully they're ready for tomorrow's match with putting in the effort. They need it tomorrow. They cannot let adversity. They're going to have to learn that adversity is life. I learned that from watching a video yesterday from Rick Pitino. I mean, you can't make excuses for everything. Adversity is life. Number 3, losing may hurt their chances based on the outcome of the matchup between Pitt Johnstown and Seton Hill. So if IUP is able to come off with a win tomorrow, it would crucially help their chances to make the playoffs. And really hoping that they don't have to hope that Pitt Johnstown loses, because if Pitt Johnstown wins tomorrow and IUP loses, then it's going to cause chaos, and IUP would have to win on Friday, and hope that Pitt Johnstown loses on Saturday, or actually no, and they would have to hope IUP would win on Saturday or Friday for that matter. So they really need this win badly. These next 2 games are crucial to hope, and especially tomorrow, based on the outcomes of Pitt Johnstown and Seton Hill, they really need this win bad. They cannot just let Pitt Johnstown win and IUP lose, be out of the playoffs picture, and then pray you hope to win on Friday to secure the last spot, secure your spot in the playoffs. Win tomorrow, simple as that. Now let's look at my picks and predictions for tomorrow's matchups. I'm going to go by the list that I have for what I wrote down. Kutztown and East Stroudsburg. I'm going to go East Stroudsburg on that one. Slippery Rock and Edinboro. I'm going to have Slippery Rock win on the road. Bloomsburg and Lock Haven. I have Lock Haven winning. Shippensburg and Shepherd. I have Shepherd winning. Millersville and Westchester. I have Westchester securing the 1 seed with a win tomorrow. Seton Hill and Pitt Johnstown, Seton Hill. I have to pick Seton Hill to win. They're our only hope to keep our hopes of the playoffs alive. And then California and IEP. I am so sorry, Indiana. I love you to death, but you have no chance against California tomorrow. The Vulcans are going to come into town and secure their 7th win in a row. I am picking California to beat IEP, which means we have to Pitt Johnstown loses tomorrow, which is what I'm hoping will happen tomorrow. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for episode 32 of this second season of the PCBC. I will see you guys on Thursday because on Friday, my girlfriend and I will be traveling to Clarion, and I will not be home till around 4:15 p.m., and we're essentially leaving as soon as I get into Butler. So I will not be filming on Friday. So I will see you guys on Thursday for Season 2, Episode 33, as we reach the final week of the PSAC regular season. Until then, have a good rest of your night, and I will see you guys on Thursday. I'm your host, the Honorable Judge Noah, saying so long. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you guys on Thursday for Season 2, Episode 33.